So why NLP? Why is NLP known as basically the hoarded secret? For years, captains of industry, prime ministers, presidents, Rhodes Scholars, they're trained in it. Why? Because it gives you the ability to instantly connect. Now, for those of you who are already trained in this or who are already in our trainings, I want you to hear how I'm doing what I'm doing. I want you to see it. I want you to wrap your hands around it, because that's pretty much how you're going to be speaking to your clients about some of what you do. So as it says here, what we're looking about is intimate and instant connection. What we're talking about here is relationship and trust. And I want you to understand that this is a new model. This model did not exist anywhere in Ontario 10 years ago. It just didn't happen. We were still doing business with the language of information. We are now in the language of connection. And that's really important if you're going to lead. So let me see a show of hands. Who here is here because also they want to be able to market themselves as an expert and a leader in their field, whatever that is? Okay. That's pretty much all of you. So listen, listen, listen. In order to go from stuck into managing something differently, there's a chasm in the middle that you need to jump. Does that make sense to you? Out loud?
Yes.
Out loud, everyone?
Yes.
It really makes sense?
Yes.
Because it's new, isn't it? It's new. So how are you going to expect to do a new thing without doing the new thing? I'm going to say that again because it perplexes me. Here you are expecting to do this fabulous new thing. Does a new thing mean new skills?
Yes.
Does new skills mean you had to actively engage with the skills?
Yes.
Ah. So let me be clear. Reading about this will get you stuck. Going to the bookstore about this will get you stuck. Doing all the different permutations of what you've already done will keep you. So you're here to learn new things. Now, by the way, this afternoon you're going to learn about positioning yourself as an expert and some very cool ways of doing that. And just so you know that when we say we're serious and this builds on itself, there are already over 12 people just from our team who are going to that next seminar as well. And there are over that many people from Gerry's team coming to our seminar as well, because this is about next steps. So I'm going to talk to you about next steps on your break. But first I want you to talk about leadership. Leadership means service. Is that okay with you that we speak about that as Canadians? Service. Exactly. And yet, service means having a mindset. It means having a focus. It means taking action. What do you have to take? Action. You can't serve the people in isolation. So we have to talk about how you're measuring this, and it can't be on feelings. It's got to be on behavior. And what we're going to do is we're going to get you to use your whole brain. So, practical point number 1. Stop the way you talk about talking about what you do. Is that okay if we give you a new way? Yeah, I'm just going to say now, stop. Stop the way you used to talk about what you do. Let us engage you with the way that actually connects people to you. Is that okay? Okay, good. I'm glad I have your attention. So what we normally do as Canadians is we want to be very polite. We want to be very stiff upper lip. We want to be very neutral. And that applies a certain level of distance. Does it not? Okay. Stop it. What actually is going to connect people to you is the ability to use your passion. So when you meet someone, it starts to sound like the most boring elevator speech in the world. I say to you, hi, tell me about what you do. And then what do people say? Give me, what do you do?
You say what you do.
Right, you say what you do. Ack. Who cares? Boring. Boring. There'll be, how many designers are there? How many salespeople are there? How many motivational speakers are there? Right. So the point is, before you can do anything, they need to connect to you. And they're not going to connect to you until you tell them why. What that means is I want you to write down, I believe. The words, I believe.